Hey everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. When we last left off, we continued on with the first case, trying to prove our innocence and prove that we didn't murder nobody, and we left off on not really a cliffhanger. I just didn't want to answer this question, and to be honest, I forgot I left myself at this point, so I still don't know what I want to answer for it. And yeah, I was supposed to say this episode may be a little bit on the shorter side just because I'm not feeling that great at the moment, but I wanted to make sure I got an episode out to you guys. I think I'm just dehydrated, don't worry. I'm gonna drink some water and chug some water, and hopefully I'll be okay. So take care of yourselves, make sure you drink some water, and let's jump in. So, we're trying to say who had the necessary influence to manipulate the two witnesses who lied about that woman being there, because we proved that she was. And so I'm thinking two routes. One, someone who works at the restaurant, head waiter. He could be like, hey, don't tell nobody. Or if this person was like someone from Britain, which they said she was a gentlewoman, Wilson could have said like, hey, don't tell anyone she's here. Yada, yada, yada. So I don't know who to guess. We have 5 health points in the top right if you're not familiar with Phoenix Wright games. I think they've done bars before. Typically you can gain health back by getting things right, but I don't know if this game is going to have that. So it might be just like Danganronpa where you kind of just take hits and then you die. Or you have to start over. And I'm going to try not to save scum because I like to do that, but I won't do that. So, the waiter.
Yes!
Was that wrong? Maybe, I don't know. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Oh, Hosonaga-san, the waiter who took the stand earlier.
Objection!
Shut up. Do I have the sound too loud? Poppycock! Oh, why was that? Poppycock. Sorry, poppycock. Well, my voice got a little drink. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter cannot possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Oh, come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity, as proven by this evidence. Okay, now can I look on the back of the business card? Can I flip it? Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. I can't English. Here you go. Yes. I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, Counsel. I think, Your Excellency, that he's blind. What this proves is not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the accused. He is dumb. Sorry? A blackguard who would stoop to presenting irrelevant evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That is the true nature of this rookie. What? Oh, wait, what? Try again. Go over all the evidence we have one more time. There's something in there that proves who this waiter really is. I'm sure of it. Alright then. I'll try. Oh, did I not examine it? Come on, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, hold on. Do I need to, like, do the... We have to talk about it? Oh, we have to talk about it. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Clearly you already knew Reddit, bro. You, like, brought it up in the thing. Look, do you see where it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Why do I gotta read it all again? Inspector? What on earth? That lying bitch. I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence, if they're wielding it somehow here. The waiter's business card information has been updated in the court record. The sketch of the restaurant layout is on the back. On the front it stated that Hosonaga-san is a police inspector in a lion ho. Alright. Back. Now I can... Yes. Sorry, my bad. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? I can't talk. Or perhaps I should have said the front. Smack! Yes! It's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Who is this fool? Flip it over, boy. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective? Detective Gumshoe? I'm kidding. That's from the other games. I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Did he blackmail you? Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Hold it! What? Who'd that be? Oh, here he comes. Inspector Hosonaga. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. Yeah, he was being sketch. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. Like he had something to hide. I strive to carry all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? You just like food? Ah, of course! Your salary must be terrible! I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? Can't tell you that, fool! That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Why do we have the same voice? Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. Don't lie! If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Stop coughing! I mean, sorry, are you okay? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable! As I suspected. Are we just gonna let that go, though? Oh, God! As soon as I heard the gunshots, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I assumed to be, guessed to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the English woman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the English woman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this English woman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. We're willing to sacrifice you for the sake of our country. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the phantom woman in this case. But it's not right. Just sweating bullets. No one cares about justice here. Just us. Ha, just us. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yumei University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young English woman. What? Women can study? You're a shrewd man. I could see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. 'Cause I have eyes? You mean... When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. Ooh, spicy. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yumei University's medical faculty. What is happening here? It's pretty simple to follow, bro. I admit to under orders from the police bureau, I hate that word, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. And order these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. If you say women can't kill, I'm gonna come up there and punch you. Very well, my thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a discretion of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point. Objection! Yeah, homie! But, Your Excellency, that would be missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, idiot, counsel. Sorry. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga, come here so I can pimp slap you. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, I ain't no punk bitch, okay? It is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem? He might die before he can find her, though. Oh, nothing will get in my way. Don't smile, it's scary. I mean... Okay, sure. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency! Can you cry quieter, please? Good, then we'll have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Bye. Alright, nice. Oh god, I just hit my microphone. To be continued. To be continued. I don't know. Oh, yo, okay. I'll save, okay. Let's go to 4. I get to crack out my British girl accent. Let's go. She is an English woman. I just cracked my knuckles. I'm so sorry if you heard that. That was kind of gross. 22nd November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber 5. Here we are again. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. I almost threw it up. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. Proud of you. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it! It's terrifying! If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Ha 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 ha! Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss Giselle Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. I'm not blind. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. I'm like, I almost said I'm like Phoenix Wright. I'm like Sherlock Holmes up in here. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was busy staring at the gun. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself. Then, on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor, and just after I bent down and picked it up, he died. Boom. Shakalaka. I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. Oh, is it what's-his-face? God, what voice did I give? I remember. Professor Mikotoba. Well, seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you've planned this from the start. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? He's a true friend. So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma? Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. Don't look at me like that! To me? Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. Quash? Squash? But I've no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. I'm gonna need it. Now then. I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Bye. Ah! Defendant Naruhodo! Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. Okay. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what hit them. Are you trying to kill someone? Kazuma? Put the sword away. What? Thank you. Really. What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer, and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. Ah! If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really gonna give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So, this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You could treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. My wallet, no! 22nd November, 12:09 p.m., Supreme Court Adjudicature, Courtroom 2. Shut up! The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forge with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? Founders? Flounders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing. Nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what we will secure our futures. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Take that pill and swallow it, boy! Well said, Ryunosuke. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror. Aha! Yep, you little brats! Thank you, Council. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett. Yes. Your Excellency! God, being so nasally, like, hurts a little bit. Ah, a swan! Ew. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. Tea! Somebody bring English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea! Is that true? No idea. So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Giselle, murderer, I don't know. Of course, my name is Toru Hasunaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at Le Carnival, but my true, yes, we know all about you, buddy. Oh my god, we know all about you already. Bro, why would you think we're talking to you? Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of. Oh, yes, I think I did, didn't I? Don't hold me to that. Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman, not a swan lady. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. I can't talk. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. Huh, it's a phantom thief. Alright, well, I hate to do this, but we're gonna save it and call it an episode here. Alrighty, I will deal with that weird language that I don't know next time. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I figure we'll stop right before we start the next section, just so it's like a better place to stop than where I've been stopping. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.